So I have a bit of an update on Aether on-ramp. It's been slow going, but I think we're on the cusp of being able to put something out publicly. We, as everyone knows, have scaled the core on multiple nodes, and then on independent nodes, whether they're VMs or physical servers, scaling up GNB SIM. And in the process of doing that, one of the things we're testing is against the stateless AMF, which, as I understand it, has not yet been released. But it's something that's coming down the pike. And so been quite a bit of interaction between the Purdue team and AJ and so on things that we've tripped over as we put more emulated GNBs on the core. But I think we've worked, or they have worked through all of those at least immediate bugs, and we're right now in the process of kind of refactoring all of the Ansible charts so everything makes sense, and incrementally building out on-ramp in different ways. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to move it from the testing environment we're in into the ONF public GitHub repos. I was hoping for the 1st of July, but it's probably going to be sometime in early July. I'm traveling, and we're not maybe quite as efficient as we could be, but it's coming along well, and I'm really happy with how much how it's basically stressed, put some increasing workload on the core. I don't have any other updates on that, but I thought I would let you know how that things are coming along there. Any questions? All right. Well, do we have any other status updates that anyone wants to share?
Nothing on Rock, Larry. Not something I got a chance to look at this week.
Okay. QA pod?
Yeah, I'll take this up for QA. So from the manually testing SD code release 1.3, we have executed 33 test cases, and as per the clarity that we got from SD code docs and dev team, so we are also exploring some more documents and try to go through the code as well, so that we could get some more clarity on other features. We could execute 5 out of 8 features. So 5 are tested completely, and the other ones are in discussion, and we are discussing it with dev team and internally as well.
So these tests are coming via GNB SIM. Can you remind me?
Yes, it's a mix of GNB SIM, and some of the test cases are on APIs as well. So like 5G matrix dashboard is majorly tested using APIs.
So it's a test. It's a mix of GNB SIM and you say API tests?
Yes.
What do you mean by an API test? Which API are we talking about?
So there are a few APIs that are created for getting some matrix, I mean 5G cloud matrix that is shared by dev team. So these matrix usually gets you the UE information with slices that UE is registered to. So these are kind of, I mean, the slice information of the UEs and the IP and the, I mean, complete package of UE information we can get.
So I wanted to make sure I heard that right. You're retrieving metrics of the UEs. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, matrix is also there, and we are checking these. I mean, creating a dashboard using matrix in the Grafana, and we are also verifying. I mean, we can we have 3 or 4 APIs which we can run, and we can see the information of UE as well.
Information about the UEs. Is this retrieved from the metric? I'm trying to think of the name of the function, metric func.
Yes, metric font, right.
Okay. Do you know if these metrics show up in the monitoring, which also retrieves metrics from metric func? And the last I saw was kind of half working. There were several metrics that weren't showing up in the Grafana dashboards.
Yes. I need to check how many metrics have been added in the Grafana dashboard.
So this is the 5G dashboard. I'm thinking there were 5 panels, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I looked at it. So this is part of the monitoring service.
Yes, we are creating a custom dashboard as well. So in that custom dashboard, we are um, adding matrix by ourselves using I mean using that network function metric functions.
Okay, so I think I'm making a related point, but it's slightly different, which is you're being able to read the metrics as part of testing is good. But if you could figure out why those metrics aren't showing up in the dashboard, which should also be reading exactly the same metrics, or a subset of them, would be very helpful.
Sure, we will look into it.
And as I recall, there were maybe 5. I'm thinking there were 5 panels, and only 2 of them were showing data. This is so that would be very helpful. All right, anything else?
Yep. While executing the test cases which are related to test MD support, we have seen an issue that we cannot change the PLMN of GNB SIM. The GNB SIM supports only 208.93 PLMN. For all other PLMNs, it was giving us a NG setup failure. So for that, we have raised a bug, and we are, I mean, if there is a different way to do that, we'll be, I mean, looking out for that.
This is what AJ referred to as just that he knew it was fixed and unchangeable. Or there was some limitation that he was aware of. Is this the same issue?
I'm not sure about that because there are limitations, but this limitation was not, I mean, mentioned in the on the SD code docs. So on SD code documentation, we have, we did not see this limitation.
I'm trying to remember if it was a limitation of SD core, or I think it was the simulator. I was just looking in the back here. I don't see that where it was reported. All right, no need to. But so this is there, this has been filed, is it, there's a ticket filed?
Yeah, yeah. There
Okay.
is a bug.
Anything else?
Yeah, we have started, I mean, we have done a POC where we are running a few GNB SIM profiles using robot. So we are using our existing framework, and we are planning to replace the NG40 test cases with the new GNB SIM test cases. So the POC was successful, and we could run a register and deregister test case using GNB SIM profile. And we are going to target to add more test cases by this week. And um, I mean, because we do not have a clarity on NG40 automation side. So because NNTL files and NTL files are yet to be I mean, they discovered where exactly those files are. So that's why.
Do you have a sense of how close you'll be able to come to getting the same coverage with that NT40 was getting?
Yeah, for NG40, actually, those NTL files and NNTL files are the ones which contains the test cases. So
Mhm.
that is why we are looking for those files, and um, if I mean if that would be and find out on one of the servers, or maybe on NG40 server, then that would be really helpful for us to understand the coverage of NG40 automation. So right now we do not have the understanding of the coverage that was um, with the NG40 existing
Are these
NG40 automation.
are these robot files? What I'm
Uh,
confused as to what files you're looking for.
yeah, so robot test cases takes input of NNTL files, which are, I think, provided by NG40, and those are some test cases, I mean, test cases related files, which actually contains the code behind those robot keywords.
Okay.
So if we look into the Ether system test, we could only find out NG40, robot keywords which are for NG40, but um, it takes an input of NNTL file, and using that NNTL file, it runs the test case.
All right.
So earlier we had a discussion with Jeff regarding the same. He's looking into it. I mean, where if we could retrieve those files from the NG40
Yeah,
server.
I wouldn't know who would know about those.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, we could, I mean, there's a possibility that they're in the colo. I mean, there's in the Santa Clara colo, the ex-ONF QA team was starting to do a setup of the QA2 pod. So they might be there somewhere on some system. We could also try asking that team, or Sukitra or somebody. I mean, it's been a year now. I don't know if they would remember, but that might be worth a query.
Yeah, that would be probably the best hope.
So, and just to be clear, we're looking for it's, .ntl. Is that, I need the specific syntax so we can tell somebody how to, what kind of find command to put in. What are we looking for? Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. .ntl and few files are .nnTL as well.
NNTL.
Yes, and
I didn't hear that last. N
TL,
DNTL.
NNTL.
I think it's a double N, but can you type it into chat?
Yeah.
So we can get it
Yeah.
precisely.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one was just a mistake. It's just in NTL.
Yeah, actually both NTL and
Oh,
NNTL.
okay, it is both.
Yeah.
Got it. Anything else?
I think that's all from state. If you think we need to prioritize anything, please let us know. We'll take that up first.
My request would be to come back and try to understand why the metrics that you're collecting now as part of your test cases are not showing up in the dashboard. And you can do that with the GNB SIM. It should be the case that if you bring up the 5G monitoring dashboard, which you can do an on-ramp if you want to, you will see that that dashboard has, I believe it was, if memory serves, 5 panels and 3 of them were empty. But it should be exactly the same data that comes out of Metric Func that you're looking at.
Sure.
Anything else? Anybody on? Otherwise, we've just had a quick call, and that's fine. All right, not hearing it. Thank you, everybody.